All right, let's talk about something that's, well, kind of weird when you really stop and think about it. Why are we so fascinated by people we've never even met?
I mean, picture your favorite celebrity right now. An actor, a singer, an influencer, whoever. You've never actually had a real conversation with them, right?
And let's be real, out of their millions and millions of fans, they have absolutely no idea who you are.
And yet, there's this feeling that you know them. You might defend them in arguments, celebrate their successes, and follow their every move. So what is going on here?
Well, a huge part of the answer is probably in your hand right now. Yep, your phone. Celebrities aren't these far-off, mysterious figures on a movie screen anymore. They are a constant presence in our lives every single day, and all that exposure creates this really strange, really powerful feeling of intimacy. So to really get what's happening, we've got to look at the psychology of it all. We're going to dive into what's really going on inside our brains. The official term for this is a parasocial relationship. Sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just a fancy way of saying it's a total one-way street, you know? All the care, the attention, the emotional energy, it's all flowing from you to them, and absolutely nothing is coming back the other way. Yeah, check this out. It really puts it into perspective. A real friendship, that's a conversation, a two-way connection. But what we have with a celebrity, that's a broadcast. They're sharing stuff with literally millions of people at once. It's designed to feel personal, but it's anything but. And this, right here, is the absolute kicker. Your logical brain knows all this. It knows they aren't actually your friend. But your emotional brain, oh, it gets totally mixed up. It sees this familiar face sharing personal stories over and over, and it just fires up the exact same friendship circuits it would for someone you actually know in real life.
Okay, but what's pouring gasoline on this whole fire? You guessed it, social media. Modern technology hasn't just enabled this, it has completely supercharged it.
I mean, think about it. Just a couple of decades ago, you saw celebrities in super polished interviews or airbrushed magazines. They felt like they were on another planet. Social media just blew that wall to pieces. Now it feels like we have a direct, unfiltered window right into their world. And they're not just posting press releases. No way. They're sharing their morning coffee, their random thoughts, their bad days, all the goofy, unscripted moments. That's the stuff you share with your actual friends, right? And that's exactly why it creates such a powerful illusion of closeness. And then you get those little dopamine hits. A celebrity you love likes your comment. Or, the Holy Grail, they actually reply. And for a split second, your brain goes wild. It doesn't register a random click from a social media manager. It feels a personal connection. And that just pulls you in even deeper. But here's where it gets really interesting. This whole thing, it isn't just about them. A huge, huge part of it is actually about us. It's about who we are, and maybe more importantly, who we want to be. See, we're often not just fans of the person themselves. We're fans of what they represent. They become a symbol for all the things we might want for ourselves. You know, success, that incredible confidence, or just the freedom to live life on their own terms. Which leads to this right here. When they win, it feels like we win. Seriously, they get that award, they land that huge role, and you feel a little jolt of pride, right? It's like you're on the team celebrating with them. So there's that one-on-one feeling. But there's another massive piece to this puzzle, our basic fundamental human need to be part of a group, to find our tribe. And boy, is fandom one of the most powerful ways we do that now. Just think about it. You can meet a total stranger, but if you find out you both love the same musician, boom, instant connection. You have inside jokes, you speak the same language. Fandoms create these massive, powerful communities, both online and in the real world. And for a lot of people, this goes way beyond just being a fan. It becomes a real part of who they are, their identity. And that's why when someone criticizes that celebrity, it doesn't just feel like a random opinion. It feels like a personal attack, because they're not just defending a famous person, they're defending a piece of themselves. Now, look, being a fan is great. It's fun. It's a healthy part of life. But there's a line, right? And we got to talk about when this intense connection can cross over into something that's maybe not so healthy. So what are the red flags? Well, it's when that one-sided relationship starts to push out your real ones. Are you ignoring your actual friends to keep up with the celebrity? Does a negative comment about them completely ruin your day? And maybe the biggest one, are you more invested in their life goals than your own?
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? There's a real danger in becoming a spectator in someone else's highlight reel instead of being the main character in your own story.
So when you boil it all down, the celebrities themselves aren't really the issue. It all comes back to us. It's our own psychology, our deep, fundamental need for connection, for community, and for inspiration.
And that brings us to the most important thing to remember through all of this. The biggest danger isn't being a fan. The danger is forgetting that the most important story you'll ever follow is your own. Theirs can be inspiring, for sure, but it should never, ever replace yours.
So I want to turn this over to you. Looking at how intense online fandoms and the 24/7 media cycle are these days, what do you think? Is our collective celebrity obsession basically harmless fun, or has it crossed a line and gone way too far?
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And hey, if this explainer gave you something to think about, do me a favor and hit that like button. And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into why we do the things we do. Thanks for watching.